Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, for those of you who geek out on this channel regularly, you know we did this video right here about a Vermont man who's being threatened with getting sent to jail unless he tore down his private gun range on his own 30 acres of land. And we kind of detailed the long and sordid history of tyranny that occurs in Paulette, Vermont, in order to drive this would-be property owner out of town. So it appears now that there has been some developments, and it actually appears that the gun grabbers are going to win here. It appears that the property owner is going to acquiesce, wave the white flag. Doesn't stop the federal lawsuit, however. So today, let's get you all up to speed on when tyranny wins, the Vermont man who will tear down his own gun range. Okay, before we get going too far down the road we're going down, proud to announce that this video is being brought to you by both Washington Gun Law and Guardian Arms. Why is that? Well, because we got a collaboration starting here in a couple of weeks called Live to Learn, Learn to Live. What is it? Well, it is a bunch of drills that all of you, especially you new gun owners, can use at the range to start making yourself more proficient and efficient and better at the use of your firearm, so that if, God forbid, the collective you-know-what hits the fan, you will be ready to go. Listen, this is going to be an exciting video. We're going to be doing classroom stuff. We're going to be doing range stuff. And it's all going to be teaching you about the right mindset and the right techniques to be using so that you can protect you and your family. We got thousands and thousands of new gun owners out there around the country, and many of you have only been to the range once or twice, run a box of ammo through it, and you call it good. You need to be doing a lot more, and we're going to be giving you the tools that you can use at home and at your local range to make you better and make your family safer. So join us on Guardian Arms for Live to Learn, Learn to Live, starting in about 2 weeks. For more information, you can visit Guardian Arms at guardian-arms.com or visit them right there on YouTube. Okay, so this is the second video that we're doing about a gentleman named Daniel Banyai who bought 30 acres of land in Paulette, Vermont, had the audacity to build his own gun range on his own 30 acres of land, only to have neighbors completely flip out, go to the zoning commission first. When the zoning commission couldn't screw the property owner bad enough, they then went to the Vermont Environmental Court, got an injunction, a lawsuit, and eventually had Mr. Banyai found in contempt of court, where he was being threatened with being jailed. That is right. He was threatened with being jailed if he did not destroy his own personal property. Don't believe me? This is what the order of the court read. By the authority of the state of Vermont, any sheriff or constable in this state is directed to arrest Daniel Banyai and to remit him to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections, to be thereafter confined until he or the town causes the subject property to be brought into compliance with the March 5th, 2021 order as described in the February 8, 2023 contempt order to the court's satisfaction. This, of course, led many of us into a frenzy here in the 2A community, as we now had a private property owner who was being threatened with being jailed if he did not destroy his own property. That's the actual position that we find ourselves in. Well, it appears that Mr. Banyai has thought twice about it and has now agreed to destroy and take down the range. Through his attorney, Robert Kaplan, the following statement was released. Daniel Banyai has made the difficult decision to comply with the environmental court's contempt order out of necessity because he has livestock on his organic farm that must be tended to. Daniel could not make suitable arrangements for these animals to be cared for while he sits in jail for an indeterminate period. Ultimately, Daniel was forced to put his responsibility to the animals ahead of the principles he has fought so hard for, despite his willingness to lose his liberty in service to this cause. At the end of the day, Daniel was unwilling to allow innocent animals to become casualties of this conflict with the town of Paulette. So it appears now that Mr. Banyai will be removing the range from the property. Now, this is not the end of the story for a couple of reasons. Number one, we believe that the town of Paulette is going to continue to mess with Mr. Banyai. Nothing is probably ever going to be good enough for him, so there likely is going to be some additional legal action there. More importantly, Mr. Banyai, though, has filed a federal lawsuit alleging that both his Second and 14th Amendment rights were violated, which in fact they were. So this suit still is in its infancy. It's got a long way to go. We obviously are going to keep you posted about that. But in the meantime, the gun grabbers for today win. Mr. Banyai will, in fact, remove the range from his property there in Paulette, Vermont. Listen, if you have any other questions about this or anything else related to your Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to contact Washington Gun Law by now. If you don't, that's okay. That information is right down there in the description box. In the meantime, I do want all of you to remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching, and stay safe.